Well, Gary, I think that's a good point, well deserved tonight. But I mean, after Saturday's exertions, what was your thoughts?
Always try and be honest. Annan started better than us tonight. In the first half, they were the better team. They caused us a few problems. We didn't really get going, and we made a wee tactical change at half time that helped us for the second half. I think the bonus was getting in at half time 0-0. I can't remember any clear-cut chances that Annan had off the top of my head. There may have been one or two, but they were certainly the team that dominated the possession and looked more likely to score. So that's the first time that that's really happened to us since I've came in. So we changed a couple of things at half time. I thought the players were far better in the second half. And then we concede a penalty that I've seen it and I can understand why it's been given, but I'm not 100% in my head that it is a penalty. On the same thing, I can't tell you 100% it's not a penalty. So some they go for you and some they'll go against us. This one went against us. And the players find themselves, I think, 1-0 down with 25 minutes to go. Again, the first time that we've been behind in a game since I took over. So you think, how have we got to react? Because we had actually got ourselves back in the game at that stage. But credit to the players, they picked themselves up, got back in the front foot, got a deserved equaliser. And then I thought we looked as though we would be the team to go on and win it. But in the last 5 minutes, Callum tells me that, the term world class is used too loosely. If it wasn't world class, it was European class save to get us a draw. So when I analyse it over a piece, I think Annan were a better team in the first half. I think we were the better team in the second half, and I think a draw was a fair result.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, we came out for the second half and we looked really sharp. Like you say, a controversial penalty. Maybe you can't say it, but I've seen it along with the media team. Lairdy pulls his leg back, and the boy dies and the penalty's given. Yeah,
he was looking to go down. Whether there was enough contact for Mark or he got his leg away in time. But listen, we're not going to moan about that. Along the course of the season, something will happen for us that we maybe didn't deserve. But credit to the players again, because they bounced back for that. You can easily lose your focus if you think that it's not been a penalty and a penalty's been given against you, but they kept their focus. And we went again and we got a nice equaliser. Danny laid it off to Uzi, who gets another goal. So, although that was maybe not as good a performance for Uzi as he played on Saturday, what's important is a goal scorer that you're scoring, and Uzi's in a rich vein of form for us just now, so long may that continue. And as I say, there's things that we'll be able to look at and think we could do better. People will say, it was the game on Saturday, that's why you didn't start right and you were tired, but we finished the game stronger than we started, so if there was a problem with our fitness or our tiredness, it would have went the other way. You'd have started okay and you would have finished lacking energy, whereas we went the other way. So, listen, I'll give the players credit tonight because they're 1-0 down to a penalty that was probably not a penalty. There's 20-25 minutes to go, I'm guessing that. And we have enough dig in us to make sure that we get something out of the game. And you're not going to win every game in this league. And when the games that you're not your best, it's important that you still manage to take something, because if you only take points when you play well, you'll never get promoted. Somewhere in a season, you've got to dig a result out when you're not maybe at your best. And based on that's our sixth game tonight, that first half was probably as poor as we've been. Without being ridiculously bad, we just didn't start as we normally start. Mm-hmm. So, if we can keep that ratio of one poor start every 6 games, I'll be quite happy.
And you gave another debut to Jordan Tappin. Was he quite surprised at getting given the tap?
I knew on Sunday that he was going to need to play, so I could give him 48 hours notice. Mm-hmm. And I thought he'd done really well. He's been training himself. I think his last competitive game was in January. He's had one training session with us on Thursday, and he'd done a bit of running before the game on Saturday. So for him to come in and play like that, yes, there's maybe one or two that he'll look back and think, I should have done that, but I think over the piece, I don't think we could have asked him to have played any better than he played. Mm-hmm. And again, it's a problem, it's a position that we've had problems in, with Conrad, and Sam tweaked his back, and, so the same lads have had to play every game there, so he came in and he done fine, he done better than fine, he done well.
and you'd be happy now maybe just to get the lads back together again, draw a breath on Thursday night in the session and get ready for Saturday.
Yeah, they're all big games. No, Stranraer isn't any bigger than Annan. Maybe just looks bigger to people because of where we're in the table. You know, it'll be third playing fourth maybe, or something like that. I don't know, or third playing fifth. So obviously, two of the teams up near the top playing each other that you can attract. But it's not going to be any harder than tonight was. Tonight was a hard game, and people look at it and go, "That's a bad result." But I've been in football long enough. There's no easy games. You're not going to win every game. And as I've said to the players, we've picked up 13 points out of 15 in the league, and that's a tremendous return.
Yeah.
Absolutely tremendous return. But you take the point, you dust yourselves down, we look at the video, see if there's anything we can improve on. We see who's available for Saturday, and we pick a team to go and try and win the game on Saturday. Simple.
Thanks very much for your time then, Gary. I appreciate that, spending your time with us.
Cheers, Carl.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.